Äänitestaus. Toimiiko? Tuliko selvyyttä? Oliko se englanniksi vai suomeksi?
Se on ehdottomasti englanniksi. Ja sitten mennään livenä me ollaan aina esittää okei. 4 minuuttia aloitetaan. Niin, olisiko tässä kauppakan vahvemmaa? Joo. Oliko porukka liikkeellä? Oli hyvä.
Mitä maksaa verot, korot, korot.
Pitikö sulla jonottaa paikkaa?
Ei oikeastaan. Onhan tukattua, että mihin menee. Se ei jää siihen pariin, missä on kaikki muut.
Joo. Monen mennessä se piti sulla. Onko sen aina?
Ei se mitään.
Joo. Pitikö se leimaa ennen vanhaa? Joo. Ei ole siinä lähtee. Kyllä olemassa, mutta tuossa se on. Tässä on Kyllä siellä näkyy nyt, että tuolla on. Tuolla näkyy, että pikkusen tuolla. Se on ensimmäinen kaikki muistaminen on monta aikaa täällä vaan säätiössä. Se on varmaan liian kuukauden ensimmäinen
Mulla on samputella, kun mä toimin.
Onko nyt hyvä keskustelu?
Joo, tässä on arvoja.
Samputella, kun mä toimin.
Mietin missä meitä, mitä siellä teet.
All right. My name is Pekka Abrahamsson, and we are here today on our very first Open Pitch Friday. And it is organized by the StartupLab in University of Jyväskylä in Jyväskylä. And we will do this every month, the first Friday of every month. So today is our very first. We will have today 4 pitches from startuppers, and we have instructed the startuppers that the pitch can last between 3 and 5 minutes, and then we will have a small chat after the presentation to talk about. And of course, we hope that if somebody is watching this live, you can also make comments and in the channel. Now, before we get to the ideas, great projects, I'd like to introduce a new member in our team. So, Dr. Mikko Kovalainen, why don't you join me on the stage?
Okay, thank you, Pekka.
And so when we stand here, we are both visible. So Mikko has joined the StartupLab, University of Jyväskylä, and he's the head of the Startup Garage, which is the accelerator inside our university. Now, Mikko, you just spent a couple of weeks in US. What are some of the let's say homecomings that you brought home here in Finland from your trip?
Actually, in the first, I was studying there in 2001 and 2002. So I spent 2 years at UC Berkeley doing my dissertation, and during that time, this last internet bubble was burst, and everything went down. And actually, before that, I was working at the university as a director of Information Technology Research Institute, and I took a research group because internet was just about booming 1993, and we had a lot of research on that area, and then I took a research group and we established or founded our own company, and it was a fast growing company. There were around 20 mergers and acquisitions and so on, and we sold that company in 2000. And then I went to Berkeley. Everything was growing fast, and then I went to Berkeley to do my dissertation, and then this internet bubble burst, and everything crashed immediately. And when I was there 2002, then it was time for Apple and Google. They were just small companies at that time, and I didn't believe, and nobody believed that. Nobody. Actually, they thought that Silicon Valley will die and everything will move back to India, because during those days, Silicon Valley, there was most of the programmers were India programmers. About 40% of labor programmers and so on, they were from India, and I was living with the Indian couple there, and many Indian people, they come to us, and we had dinner parties and so on, and they mentioned that okay, they will move back to India. And
evidently, not everybody went back to India, since I have heard that the Silicon Valley is doing
but that is the reason why Silicon Valley is so strong. In just a couple of years, because Apple and Google, they had their success story, everything went to the other direction again. And now I had an opportunity to go back there. So 15 years. After 15 years, and I saw what is going on there, and it's really big, huge hassle going on there. There is money, there is top talent people from universities, from people all around the world. There are small companies, there are big companies, there is VCs, everybody is there. And actually, I was there together with OP Bank representatives of OP Bank Finland, and we were able to look at the startup sessions in Plug and Play Center, which actually I have some information with over this Plug and Play Center operating in Sunnyvale. It's in Silicon Valley, with over 200 corporate and investor partners at the moment. They have it's an open innovation ecosystem that has helped over 3,000 startups in 10 years, and their portfolio has raised over 3.5 billion in funding, with over 100 successful exits to date. So it's a huge organization, and I was we were able to look at the 40 pitching sessions there during that time. So those Silicon Valley early stage startups, they did present their story, and it took 4 minutes, just 4 minutes time to make their story. And then there was the first row or first round table, and there were those VCs and angel investors, and when they presented themselves, they did already their own exits, and they were billionaires, most of them. And in the second row were those corporate partners, and there were about 20 different corporate partners like Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, OP Bank from Finland, Fujitsu, many companies from Japan. And then there was a third row, other interested people who were interested in these pitching sessions. And that is and now we have here the first pitching session.
Yes, we have still some room for investors to come, but it is filled.
It was a long introduction, but this is the case. I'm very sure when I hear today this pitching session, those your topics and your story could be presented as well in Silicon Valley. They were not that amazing, those pitching sessions or its story, but what was amazing was this every week those 20 successful investors and VCs, they come and they enjoy and they try to help. Of course they are looking for or searching for new investment opportunities.
So Mikko, it seems that I don't have to ask questions from you. You are answering already. But if you
next question.
Before we are ending, we are getting to the pitches. So you have some plans for the startup, the garage that we have here, the accelerator. Could you tell something about your plans?
It's still too early to say exactly what we are doing. I'm now refining these lessons learned in Silicon Valley, and for sure this kind of first, second tables or this the role of investors or corporate partners. That is the most important thing in Silicon Valley, and we should apply that kind of thing as well here. So it means that when you make your own pitches over here, then we have, maybe we are all in the first row, but we have advisors, we have maybe mid-investor or that kind of angels that are, of course, they have different budgets here in Finland, but the cooperation between these corporate partners, investors and new startups, that is the most important thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mikko Kovalin, our team. All right, now it's time to the main event. And first, startupper goes by name Tero Paavolainen, and he comes from Stolen Shoes. So let's give a big round of applause.
Hi, I'm Tero Paavolainen from Stolen Shoes Entertainment. We're a small IT and game company from Jyväskylä region. We were founded last September, and so we've been around a year now, and we had cake yesterday, so it's nice. Currently, we are doing work for hire for other companies to gain revenue for ourselves to pay the bills, and we love to have more clients to work with. And currently, we are also working on our own game, Sunset Falls. That is, we have a roll-up over there, and the game will go to soft launch next week in 5 countries, and hopefully it will be a major success, and everyone can download it on Android or Google Play Store currently in Finland. We are currently looking for strategic partners and partners in general. We'd like to have investors and always new contacts and recruits. All are interesting for us. So I'd love to give you a chit chat and come talk to me, and I'll give you our business cards and we can talk more about how we can help each other.
Thank you, Tero. Tero, you stay there. I can ask you, and people can ask as well. Now, Tero, you are one of those Finnish game companies.
Yeah.
And Finnish game companies are known to be quite successful, at least some of them. So, what have you learned from these big success stories in Finnish gaming industry? What have you learned and maybe taken into your company?
The atmosphere is quite important, I think. The atmosphere that Supercell creates, like the atmosphere of helping each other, helping other game companies, and you never know when two units like combine and make something greater than they could have before. And I believe in those values that people, when they have enough freedom and inspiration, they do great things.
Excellent. Now, maybe you could say something about the game. That what makes the game tick? What is the secret sauce that you have put into your game?
It's beautiful. It has beautiful 3D aesthetics, and it's a simple mobile game for when you have a few minutes to spend. So you go and play a few rounds, and then you compete in high scores to be the best. And hopefully it will be on everyone's phone sooner or later.
That sounds like it's a game that many people would enjoy. But what about the, let's say you have Android, do you have plans for other platforms, namely iOS, I guess?
Yeah, iOS will be implemented once we get the basic core game feel good enough, so people will download and play it enough. So it is on the menu in the future, but will be done when we feel confident enough that the basic gameplay is superb.
What about the, you didn't say this in the pitch, but maybe you could reveal that how much money you're actually looking for, how much money are you needing in order to make to the next stage?
It depends on what kind of strategic companionship it would be. Like, for example, if we get publisher, we are looking for 100 to 300,000 euros for making the next game with the publisher, and around those numbers. But yeah, also we are eager to do projects for clients if anyone is interested.
All right, I think that Finnish game company sounds quite exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, Tero Paavolainen. And now, I'm not sure whether I'm in the feed. We are moving on, and our next startupper to pitch is comes from a company that goes by name Kohdata. It's an amazing startup. The presenters are Evelina Ventilä and Renne Hirsimäki. Wuha!
Okay, hello everyone. I am Evelina, we are Kohdata, and we are making networking simple as a handshake. First, please raise your hand if you have ever got business card from someone. Okay, everyone, thank you. Next, please raise your hand again if you can honestly say that you know where those collected business cards are and you can easily find those whenever you need. Okay, maybe 2 hands. So can you see the problem? Yeah. We go to different events to network. We want to meet new interesting people, find collaborators, and create new business contacts. And we do that by shaking our hands and changing business cards. But somehow this traditional way to create new social networks is not the most effective way. Okay, so the networking is the main driver why people attend to events. And yeah, but like I said already, this traditional way is not the most effective way. Yeah, and last year almost 800 international congresses were held in Finland. If you take account every event and fair, you can easily double or even triple that number. So my point here is that we have a huge opportunity to start creating better networking environment. And we can start it right here in Finland, like make networking great again or something. Okay, this is from this year's news, where the biggest Finnish event organizer says that people attend to events because they can't send handshakes via email. Nowadays people appreciate more and more face-to-face meetings. So we have created a solution which makes those handshakes even more efficient. To do when you meet someone, like this. Hello, my name is Evelina.
Hi, I'm Brennan.
Nice to meet you, and please get up on the stage.
Thank you. So this is how our solution works. First, our software and hardware is acquired by the event organizer. The hardware includes locator nodes inside the building and this kind of bracelets. Then the attendee can create their own profile, connect their LinkedIn accounts, Facebook accounts, emails, and whatever in their profile in the application. Then, when the attendee comes to the event, they are given a bracelet and connected with their application, so we know who is where and where the handshakes happen. Then the attendee can go around in the event, meet other people, shake their hands, and meanwhile exchange their virtual business cards. And of course, afterwards they can manage their contacts in the application, so you don't have to go through all the physical business cards, but you have them organized in the application. First, we are going to focus on the handshaking features, but the same technology and platform allows us to do a lot of other stuff like indoor positioning or payments or heat mapping of the data, how people behave in the event. This is our timeline currently. We're developing our MVP, and we're going to present that in 2 fairs in late November, one here in Jyväskylä and one in Helsinki. After that, we're going to find collaborators, hopefully paying customers, and we're going to develop our solution further. And this is our team. You can come and talk to us. We're looking for technology partners for indoor positioning and for the bracelets. And of course, we're looking for events where we can test our product. Thank you.
All right, may I ask both of the team members here? Excellent. So where did you get the idea?
I have worked in many fairs and events, and yeah, I have collected hundreds and hundreds business cards, and I'm sick of it. So.
So you wanted to solve a problem that you have yourself actually faced.
Yeah.
Yes, sounds excellent. Now, and which stage your project now is? Maybe we move this way so even people can see us.
So at this stage, we have developed a proof of concept. Got to know the technologies, what technologies we can use to actually create the solution, and now we're discussing with 2 possible technology partners who are doing the indoor positioning technology, and after we choose that, we can start building the service.
And why are customers interested in this? What is it currently? Is it solving a problem that they really are facing there in the fairs? I mean, are they validating your observation of the problem?
Yeah, of course. We strongly believe that we are solving some real problem, like I have faced earlier. And Yeah.
May I ask, what would be your business model? What kind of business model you are going to design or follow?
We have a flexible business model right here, right now, because of course we are early stage startup. But we are earning money that we are selling our product to event organizers. So we are taking something for these bracelets, and we are thinking about that. We have to talk first with our customers, how they want to.
Some kind
pay.
of a leasing contract or something like that.
That sounds very good. Have you already thought about the amount of money that you would be seeking at this stage to help you to go to the next level?
Yeah, we have counted that we need like at minimum 10,000, so we can start really hard.
That sounds like 200,000 that they need in reality, but
the point is that we only need the indoor positioning technology, and otherwise there are no obstacles.
Yeah.
That sounds like an exciting technology. We're very proud to have you here at the Startup Garage, and we are guaranteed that you will be successful. Let's thank you for the great presentation and pitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we are now fast forwarding to the future, well, to our second Finnish game company that will present itself today. And the presenter is the one and the only Sampo Tervomaa from Unibyte.
Thank you. So, hi everybody, I'm Sampo Tervomaa from Unibyte Studios, and I'm here to pitch our company and not our game. So, we have gone through a one and a half month developing process where we have validated that we can create game prototypes in 1.5 months, which is a lot shorter than our last 1.5 year design and operational development cycle. So okay, so what is Unibyte Studios? We're a gaming company that focuses on accelerated prototype creation. It's a known fact that almost 1,000 games are published daily, and there's a lot of competition, and most of the games don't succeed. It's almost like 1% that actually succeeds. There are some that make some money, but like successful games are 1 in 100. And to combat this problem, we have decided that we should, instead of creating one good game, create multiple prototypes and that our company can actually create, and not approach these like create large content-driven games that was first our positioning, but actually go forward with accelerated prototyping. Our prototypes consist of multiple elements. We will create technical demos, game design documents, and concept art, and scripts and things like that if it includes story elements. After a successful prototype test, which would be done through smoke testing and some prototype testing through community co-creation efforts, we will, if the data shows good signs and mostly qualitative data, not quantitative, because our N would be too small for those kind of tests, but this would be run to 100, 200 testers and find out what they actually think about the game. And after that, if it shows traction, if people like it, then we will go forward with the prototype. If not, then we scrap that. This is kind of a similar way that Supercell works. They have multiple gaming teams that work on a prototype, which they then pitch to inside their company, and then start from that. They make hits, not others. Co-creation is in users' and publishers' best interest. I could show you numbers of this is the how many possible users there are. I could show that this is how big the gaming industry is, and these are the numbers, but that actually doesn't matter. The most important thing is getting real data, not something that we can show from the market that this is possible. It's the important thing is finding those first 100 users, and if they actually like the game, then going forward with it. We have 2 prototypes ready. First prototype is the one that we did for 1.5 years, which we actually stripped down of multiple features, and now we have a new prototype ready, which we actually did in 1.5 months. Yeah. This is our team. I'm the CEO. I have experience in growth hacking, and I find this way of working the best suitable for me. Then there's Markus, who is our CTO and technical game designer, Juho, who is our creative director, and Alina, who is our art director. And this is our advisor board. We have Tommi Joentakainen from Reactor, who has helped us build the process and our methods of working. Henry Virta, who is helping us in finance. Jussi, who is helping us in growth and marketing. And Rauli Koutaniemi, our game industry veteran. So, any questions?
All right, thank you so much. We will take audience questions as well. But now that I already mentioned the Finnish game industry being such a great, has been so productive, what is your, let's say, what have you learned from the game industry in Finland, and how is that visible in your own company?
Well, first I have to say that the Finnish gaming industry is amazing. There are a lot of great people inside, and there's actually an atmosphere of help. We don't see each other as competition, because we know that gaming isn't just one umbrella term that fits everything in. There are multiple genres, multiple target audiences, and industries, and there are so many gamers. It's as a media industry, it's bigger than everything else combined. And people are ready to give advice relating to marketing, development, operations, everything, and it's amazing.
So what is the optimum? Are you looking for a publisher or somebody who's interested in using your company as, let's say, your capabilities as an accelerated prototype developer?
We are mostly looking for publishers. That's because that's of course a requirement for you either need money, a lot of money, or you need a publisher. Those are the 2 ways of publishing your own games. And the second we are looking for is angel investors with industry experience. And third, we would of course be interested in creating games for other companies as well.
Excellent. And could you say something about the dream publisher that you would like to work with? What are some qualities that the publisher would have and that you would appreciate?
Well, there are multiple ones, but I like Fingersoft's Ground Zero, because it's the complete, like the concept of the publishing service is it's focused on data. They try it, and if it works, they continue forward with that. And that's like, I like that approach.
Excellent. Are we, Mikko has a question.
What kind of company you will be in 3 years?
What kind of company will be in 3 years?
That's always a tough question.
Yeah, that is. I think we will stay in the mobile gaming route. Probably going to be making our own games and working with publishers, or if we make a break hit, probably do the publishment on our own. I think that method of working will stay similar, but we will kind of probably go for the Supercell route of building multiple gaming teams that do the same kind of development cycle.
How about revenue in euros?
Revenue in euros. Well, that's a hard question. I think I should see that. I could say tell you some numbers, but I don't think that's like. It depends.
When I look at you, I see the hockey stick.
Yeah.
So and hockey stick is what startups always have. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sampo Tervomaa. And now we go to the final pitch of today. This comes person goes by name of Hoodie. And are you presenting from there or? Let me see. So the one that promised to present here at noon has not yet showed up. So what we do is that we thank you for being here with us, and we'll look forward when we come back in 1 month's time. If we don't have any more pitches from the audience. Are there people in the masses of people that we have here behind maybe? Okay. So in 1 month time, and this is going to be after Slush, so we are all fired up and ready to rock. So thank you all. Let's give a big round of applause to our startuppers. And we are ending the streaming now. Thank you.